From my girlfriend giving me the tastiest treat on the drive home to her acting super suspicious, it was obvious that something was wrong with my relationship. God, I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. But what gave the whole thing away was Spotify, can you believe it? Anyway, let's get into my cheating story and how I got my heart broken. My girlfriend of 9 years, who's been living abroad while studying for the last 4 years, came back for Christmas last year, and she got in around the 15th of December. We'd been together since we were teenagers and had always been best friends. And when I picked her up from the airport, she'd been drinking, so was a bit tipsy. Cheekily, I got a blowjob on the drive home for the first time in years, blasting some good tunes while I had a good time. Things seemed normal when we got home, but she was on her phone a lot and being a bit more secretive than usual. But because I trusted her completely, I thought nothing of it. Things were fine, and I took her for brunch the next day, and oh my, the sex was good. She was spending Christmas with her family, who I was always very close with, but they live overseas, so she left again on the 22nd. While she was away for Christmas, I couldn't get her on FaceTime, but we did finally video call on Christmas Day. We spoke about our future, and she sent me lots of pictures with her family, but when she came back on the 27th, things seemed different. Now, she was spending a lot of time on her phone and would take it everywhere with her. On the 30th, I came home from watching the football, and out of nowhere, she said she wanted to end things. Why are you breaking up with me?
Because you don't do things like buy me flowers, and to be honest, I just can't trust you.
What? You've never mentioned any of this before. Just give me a chance to change things. The truth is, though, there was absolutely no reasoning with her. Her mind was made up, but surprisingly, she then decides to give it a go, and we enjoy a city break that we had planned on the 2nd of January for a few nights. We were intimate, we laughed, and when I said goodbye after taking her to the airport on the 6th, she said that she wanted to make this work, but 3 days later, she changed her mind again.
I know that I said I would give it a try with us, but honestly, it feels like I'm settling for less. Nothing means anything anymore. I just need space.
Okay, if that's what you really want, what more can I say? I was devastated, but I agreed to give her space, in the hope it would bring her back to me. Over Christmas, she'd told me strange things that I thought nothing of when she told me, because I trusted her completely, but she effectively loaded the idea in my head that she might spend some time at her friend's place when she returned. I still had her on Find My iPhone, and a few days into going no contact, she was at this friend's house. I asked her where she was as I was beginning to doubt it, but she reassured me and told me she was at a friend's. More days go by, and I tell her that she needs to make a decision, thinking that if there's nobody else, which she swore to me on her family's lives there wasn't, surely it can't be that hard to get her head straight. She told me her mind's made up and she wants to be alone, and a few days later, having taken me off Find My iPhone, she shared her Uber ride with me from the same house. But now I know it's not just a friend, but I say nothing. A few days later, she shared another Uber ride, but when I confronted her, she denied it. We soon block each other on everything, but I just can't get it out of my head that she's been lying to me. And at this point, I'm sick with anxiety. I can't eat or sleep. Then I see that she has one follower on Spotify, and she also follows one person. Their playlists are basically messages to each other, and immediately the penny drops. I know she's been messing around with this guy. I call her and she picks up.
Oh, God.
She quickly hung up the phone and then messaged me.
I'm so sorry about that. That was rude.
Listen, just tell me the truth. What's happening here?
Okay, well, there's someone else, but I didn't leave you to be with him. I've just been unhappy for so long. We've only been talking since the start of December, but now I think I'm in love with him. He does things like buy me flowers and takes me out. You know.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This guy is also a student with no job. Meanwhile, I work 50 hours a week, minimum, with professional exams to revise for on top of that. and still make time to do things with her. I worked these hours and this job so we could have the future she always dreamed of. The girl I loved for 9 years walked out and let me believe it was all on me. She asked me for space so she could pursue things with this new guy, and lied to me so that I wouldn't close the door on her, and then treated me like a complete stranger 1 month after the fact. She let me blame myself for a month, knowing how utterly devastated she left me to the point I developed a deep depression and anxiety. She'd asked me for Christmas and birthday presents while talking to this new guy, and she let me think she was going to try and work things out. Really, she just couldn't tell me the truth. I still don't believe that this had only been going on since December, and I think they slept together before she came back, but I guess I'll never get the whole truth. Stories like this are quite infuriating and further showcase just how selfish cheaters are. Rather than letting her partner go, someone she was cheating on, she strung him along, just in case things with the new guy didn't work out. It's very common for cheaters to run back to their partners when they realize that the grass isn't greener on the other side, but they'd have you believe that you're the one they wanted all along. I would say that the big mistake OP made was believing that his partner would never cheat on him. While this may be a bit pessimistic on my end, I never put anything past anybody. Life isn't a fairy tale. Anyway, what do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed today's video on coffee and popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.